Hello again, crafty friends. I've got another haul order from you for you. This was again with sort of the Black Friday specials that came out. This one is actually from Wplus9, and their specials came out like a week after Black Friday, which is really good because I was kind of hoping they would do one, and then there wasn't one, and then suddenly they announced that they're going to do one. Their discounts with their next release, which was a week later, which was fantastic because there was all of these Christmas stamps and dies from the previous release that I really wanted to get my hands on. Plus I wanted to get some more of their inks because I really loved them last year. I did the Black Friday, I purchased stuff from them last Black Friday, and their inks are sort of exclusive to ordering just from Wplus9, so you have to order through them if you want them. So anyway, I got all this stuff at the same time. So this stamp set here is called Be Merry, and it was released back in October 2016. Obviously, due to the fact that that I had my little boy in December, I haven't actually used any of these products, and I have had some time to actually put them in their pockets and sort of organize them, and now I'm just quickly doing this haul video so I can put things away. Anyway, into the stamps. This one, like I said, Be Merry, and it's got all these beautiful sentiments. It's more, I don't know, it's not really a cutesy type stamp set. I just really love the bright, like the fonts. They're big and bold, like this one here will take up the center of your card sort of thing. You got the banner, and the Be Merry will fit in it. Same with the Christmas wishes here. Nice sort of bigger sentiments, and you got all these little flowers to accent around it, and you got a branch and more flowers. There's an amazing example from the release that had this here stamped in a dark blue ink rather than a black ink, and lots of little of these flowers around it in colored inks, and it looked amazing. I really loved the different feel for this sort of Christmas stamp set. I did get the coordinating dies, so you get the banner. This big one goes around that big sentiment, and then all the little flowers. So you can easily sort of die cut and layer it up quite a bit. But yeah, I was just really impressed with how these cards, or you know, the design features of these cards. Normally I'm getting really cutesy Christmas characters, which I love and I'll continue to get, but it was kind of nice to see something a little bit more designer. Really great fonts. Loved these sentiments being stamped with the blue ink rather than a black, just for something different, and then all little accent pieces around it. Just looked stunning. Definitely check out the examples that they did on their blog there. And a part of that release was also this one here. Now this is Be Merry Sentiments, and this is the stamp set here. So it's only like a half-size stamp set, so it's pretty good price point. And you got Merry, Love, Jolly, and Peace in the nice bold font, and then you got Wishes Sending to You and Yours, Christmas to, from, and Be. It's sort of the scripty handwriting one. And you've got this banner. I got the die cut to go with it, which only cuts out the banner, so it's a pretty cheap die cut. But basically, you can stamp this with a light colored ink and then either emboss your big bold word across the front, and then you sort of stamp these sort of around the banner. It looked really cool. I like that this is a solid banner that you can stamp with whatever color of ink that sort of coordinates with your card. So I really loved the idea of that one again. It was, I don't know, it's such a designer sort of release, which is what I really, really loved and don't have much of in my stash. So I grabbed this one as well. And then to go with it, I might pull these ones out. Just realized I haven't put them in a pocket yet, but anyway. Also, these ones, like the magnet paper came with this die and that one, I think. So some of them come with magnet paper already, so that's pretty cool. So this one is called Christmas Tag, and you get this tag that has the stitched border, and I do have a few other tag dies, but none of them have the stitched border. So this was really cool. And it also has your die cut words. This one says Merry, and that's it's same font as this, or like the outline, like it doesn't cut the middle part or whatever, but it's basically the same outline font. And then you have the scripty Christmas, which is the same style as that Christmas there, except obviously bigger, and they fit across the die, and it looked really, really cool. Obviously all these can be used together because the fonts sort of coordinate with each other. It comes with the reinforcer as well, which was fantastic for the tag, and all of these really coordinate really, really well together, which is what I really liked about this release. Like, you definitely would be using all these sort of, this font matches that Mary matches that Mary, they're just different sizes. This Christmas matches that Christmas. Yeah, so it's so interchangeable, and I really liked how all of these sort of coordinate together. So that's that, and there is one other stamp set that I got as well, and it's this one, Holiday Houses. Love this one. It's just 4 houses, different types, trees. You got bushes that would be covered in snow, and you got the little swirls, which could be smoke coming out of your chimneys. They've got tiny little cute wreaths on all of the windows, the door, little lights on this house and that house. You've got the church with the wreaths as well. Just loved it. I will be getting the die set for it, but at the time that I did the order, it was out of stock, and I think it was out of stock everywhere, like Hallmark Scrapbooking, Simon Says Stamp, Wplus9 didn't even have it. And I didn't bother looking at Essentials by Ellen, but I did all these orders at Black Friday, and I was thinking, oh, I'll just pick it up at the next store, but it was out of stock everywhere because it was so popular. So anyway, love these stamp set. Totally want to make a little like a scene along the bottom or along a hillside that I've got, and watercolor these little houses. Even like with these little snow-covered bushes and the trees. Oh, it was so cute, the scenes and everything else. I just love the stamp set. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot of watercoloring with this one. Maybe a little bit of Copic coloring, but I totally see myself more watercoloring with it. And then I want to use that Marvy snow marker on the rooftops to cover the snow, because it sort of like puffs up when you heat it. So it will look really cool just to have that over the top and over top of your... Yes, that's all the stamp sets that I've got with this, but I got heaps of ink, yay, because I got, I think I got 4 last year to try out their ink pads, and I really love them. I like that you can stamp them down and then sort of use your watercolors over top of them. So I've done ink swatches already, so let's see if I can just sort of do them for you, because this is sort of the kind of ink that you know, smooths out with a little bit of time, similar to your Simon Says Stamp and all that sort of stuff. But I seem to get really, really nice results from all this. So these are the pinks and reds that I got to start off with. So I got Cranberry Crush, Sweet Gelato, and Shell Pink. Yay. There was oh, the stamp set that was released exclusively with Simon Says Stamp. There was some cards that Dawn had made up for the Simon Says Stamp blog, and using that graphic sort of stamp set that she had with all the trees and everything and the baubles. And there was one card that I loved, and I loved her color combos that she'd actually used, which were very non-traditional. So I went through her list of inks that she was using on these cards, and I thought, right, I want to get as many of these as I can, and sort of, because I love the color combos that she was coming up with. So she was using like these two, she'd do the background in this, and then the detailed part stamped in a darker color with a lot of these things. So it was like 2 colors per sort of stamp, because that it had like a solid image, then you have the details on top. So I got the Sweet Gelato, which is sort of a really, I don't know, I really like that color. And then you've got the Cranberry Crush, which is a deeper, darker color. So I got those 2. And then I got Shell Pink, which she used with like her really dark blue, and she stamped out this sentiment here with a really dark blue. She used a lot of these like soft colors around it, and it really, really made it stand out. So I grabbed the Shell Pink as well, because it's a really soft pink, and I am trying to get a few more of these softer dye inks. And then this one here. Okay, so then this one here, she did like all of the backgrounds in a super light gray ink, and it's this fairy dust. Now this fairy dust is actually lighter than Simon Says Stamp Fog ink. The fog ink was slightly a warmer color as well, and this is definitely a really super soft gray. I'm not even sure if you could be able to pick it up on camera, but it's very soft. And it is lighter than your fog ink from Simon Says Stamp, so if you want something even lighter than that, definitely go and grab this one, because she was using this sort of in the background as more of like a pattern just to keep interest in the card. And then I got a couple purples, which is totally unlike me because I'm not that big of a purple person. But again, with her color combos being non-traditional, she was using the purples, and it really looked great in the colors, so I thought, oh, I should grab some purple then, and then I can sort of use this color combo as well. Funny part with this is to know that when you buy them, the lids are actually this way. Just, I don't know, she had something on her blog ages ago that you just swap the lids and then it makes sense, because it was, yeah, the company she was using ages ago didn't match the colors to the ink very well, but now, yeah, anyway. So you just swap, if you get both of them, you just swap the lids over and then it makes way more sense. So this one here is Bloomsbury, which is sort of a light color, and this one's a cockle shell, which is a darker color. So again, you know, the solid stamp with this and then the detailed one with that over top. And it made a really interesting look. There was also this one here, which is Miami Spice, which is almost a super perfect peachy color. I really love it. So I grabbed this one as well. I have a different orange from, because I was getting to be so many inks. I thought I'll grab this, which was a solid color, and then I'll use like one of my Lawn Fawn dye inks that I just got for the deeper color over top was the plan, because it was just, yeah, I think I've already got 8 ink pads here, so I was like, well, I should probably, you know, see if my other inks will help with the color combos as well. I don't need to buy everything. And then this one here is called Appletini. There was one other green ink dye ink that I wanted to get, which was Last Leaf, that coordinates with this one, but I think I'll be able to use a different, it was out of stock, the Last Leaf, and this one's sort of like an olivey type green that I don't have, so I thought I'll grab this one for this year's order, and then, you know, if I ever get a chance to get the Last Leaf, I might get it later, but I should have other greens in the stash that I can stamp this over and sort of get the same effect. So that is my Wplus9 order. As always, super awesome service and shipping and all that sort of stuff. Wasn't too expensive for the shipping cost, considering all the ink pads I got. I think I paid $23, I think. Plus they had like 25% off. They sort of do it in stages, like stamps are 25% off, inks are 15 or 20. I forget what the actual combo is, but they sort of just, you know, depending on what you're buying as to what you get discounted. So that was super awesome. Loved it. And that's that haul. Okay, on to the next.